Welcome to Unit 2 of COM373. Please check your course calendar to make sure you get the dates correct on what these units cover. Not all units equate with a week. Some units are 1 week, some units are 2 weeks or more. It just depends on the length of the semester that you're actually taking this class, the length of the term. So what I'd like to talk about today is I'd like to kind of run you just through the goals of the course and what you're going to be doing over this unit. The main goal for the course is to cause us at this point to look at new media and where new media is taking the old media, all right? So my thought and my perception of having been in the media for over 25 years is that the new media issues like Twitter, which I'm a huge fan of, Facebook, which I'm a huge fan of, blogs, which I'm a huge fan of, are not so much replacing the media as they are combining with the major media and creating probably a new form of more diverse media. The problem, of course, is that this is kind of creating, it's splintering the revenue stream. At one time, the major newspapers, major television stations, and the major radio stations controlled all the revenue, right? Now, with the advent of blogs, with the advent of Twitter, with the advent of Facebook, with the advent of all kinds of media outlets, suddenly this revenue stream, which, by the way, primarily comes from advertisers, not from readers, primarily from advertisers, is so splintered that it's very difficult for one particular element of the media to really make it big anymore. This is really causing some of the smaller, particularly newspapers, to really have to rethink their position, rethink the size of their staff, rethink how much news they're covering. So there's some really huge issues, financial issues going on, which continue to impact the nature of the media itself and then the nature of information that we as consumers of information actually receive, all right? So that's the goal for this unit, is to take a look at that more in depth, and then I cause you to have some tasks that cause you to engage the material and to actually use some new media. So let me get on with that. Here's the Moodle, all right, that you're looking at for the unit, excuse me. And you'll see always that there's a unit learning module. Please make sure you look at that document very carefully. That is all the details for this unit, okay? It's everything you need to know is right there. Then you have some readings, and in this case, there are several web pages to read. Looks like one web page and 2 Adobe PDF files to read. They're fairly complex readings. Please spend some time with them, all right? And then you have some activities. I'm causing you to create a Twitter account. I'll get to that in a second. I'm a huge Twitter fan. I want you to actually follow some media institutes once you get on Twitter. And by this, I mean rather than following a bunch of news sites, I want you to follow some sites that analyze the news, that analyze the media. There's too much news to follow, okay? But what we're going to do in this course, I can't cause you to follow all the news. It would just mind-boggle you. Instead, I want you to look at what some of the sites that actually analyze the media, think about the media, some kind of comprehensive think tanks, research tanks that are looking at the media. I want you to follow them and kind of pick up what's going on with the media in general. Then I want you to submit your Twitter account so that we can all look at it. We can follow each other's Twitter accounts, and then you can also follow me, all right? And then as usual, I cause you to react to a blog, to a media blog, and this is another way to look at new media. As I said earlier, blogs are new media, so I cause you to look at the blog and react to that. Then, as usual, there are 2 discussions. There are almost always 2 discussions, and the goals of the discussion, of course, are to, one, I think I've said this, but classroom discussion, face-to-face or online, helps build knowledge. Peer-to-peer knowledge building is more effective than me as your instructor or any instructor trying to pour knowledge into your head. It doesn't tend to stick that way. But if you work together as peers, right, peers engaged in a community of learners, the knowledge actually builds, it increases, and it actually stays with you. That's the goal always of classroom discussions. So please get in there, read the material that I put in the discussions, give it some good thought. Please react. I'd like for you to get in there by the middle of the week. You know, don't wait till the end of the unit to do these tasks, okay? Because discussions are meant to be interactive. Then last but not least, let me show my Twitter account. This is what I see when I go to my Twitter account. It tells you how many people I'm following, or how many, it's not so much people as it is items I'm following, although I do follow a lot of columnists. They're people, but I follow some newspapers. I follow some think tanks. I follow a few friends, not very many. I don't use Twitter like I use Facebook, okay? I use Twitter as sort of my news feed. I can go down my whole Twitter list. I love to do it. I'll do it first thing in the morning and last thing in the evening. Or I'll do it at Miller time in the evening is what I do. Coffee time in the morning, Miller time in the evening. I just like to go down through it and pick out the articles I want to read. And that way I go to multiple places. I'm not getting all my news from one site, and I'm getting a lot of analysis. That's what I like, is analysis. I don't really care who got murdered where, how many shootings there have been this week or that kind of thing. But I do kind of care about the analysis of political issues, the analysis of geopolitical issues, the analysis of economic issues, and then, of course, the analysis of media issues. So that's how I'm using my Twitter account. So I need to end this to not have too much bandwidth problems, all right? But please, you know how to get a hold of me. Don't hesitate to get a hold of me. There are no stupid questions. Thank you.